Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the PopSockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to NASA News Network. Today we're talking about a bombshell in the world of space exploration. If Congress cancels the SLS rocket and Orion spacecraft, what happens next? The White House Office of Management and Budget has dropped its skinny budget proposal for the federal government, and it's made some big changes to NASA's plans for the Moon and Mars. The Space Launch System rocket, Orion spacecraft, and Lunar Gateway are all on the chopping block. Now, opinions in the space community are split. Some say these programs are crucial for future human missions, while others think they're too expensive and not worth it. But one thing is clear. If these changes go through, it'll be a radical remaking of NASA in 2 decades. Let's take a closer look at what the White House is trying to do with Moon and Mars exploration. The question on everyone's mind is, will Congress accept these changes? And what happens next? So far, Republican and Democratic lawmakers have backed Orion for years, but the skinny budget proposal suggests they might not be so keen anymore. The idea of a lunar COTS program isn't new. NASA employees explored it in a research paper a decade ago, finding that a future lunar COTS program has the great potential of enabling development of cost-effective, commercial capabilities and establishing a thriving cislunar economy which will lead the way to an economical and sustainable approach for future human missions to Mars. So what would this look like in practice? NASA would go to industry and seek an end-to-end solution for lunar missions. That is, an integrated plan to launch astronauts from Earth, land them on the Moon, and return them to Earth. One of the obvious bidders for this contract would be SpaceX, with its Starship vehicle already having been validated during the Artemis II mission. Crews could launch from Earth either in Dragon or Starship. But it's not just SpaceX. Other companies, like Blue Origin, are also in the running. They might partner with Lockheed Martin to commercialize the Orion spacecraft or use the crew vehicle they're developing internally. This is a game changer for NASA, and it could potentially open up new opportunities for private companies to play a major role in space exploration. Now we know how much money Trump proposed for lunar and Mars exploration, over $7 billion for the former and $1 billion for the latter. But what does this mean exactly? The plan would start with cargo missions to Mars, but eventually expand to include crewed missions, fulfilling Trump's promise to land humans on the Red Planet. Is this a gift to Elon Musk? Critics will certainly say that, but the truth is, this plan could benefit any interested company. Rocket Lab has already expressed its interest in sending cargo missions to Mars, and Impulse Space is building a spacecraft to ferry cargo there too. The Trump budget proposal also killed a key element of NASA's Mars exploration plans, the robotic Mars sample return mission. But by creating an ecosystem for frequent missions, NASA might be able to make up for that loss. We want to land large things on the Moon and Mars, including crew cabins, and bring them back to Earth, says one Republican space policy consultant. Instead of building a series of expensive bespoke robotic landers to do science, let's develop cost-effective reusable landers that can, with minimal changes, support both cargo and crew missions to the Moon and Mars. That's the direction NASA seems to be heading, towards a future where private companies play a major role in space exploration. And if Congress cancels the SLS rocket and Orion spacecraft, it could be just the start of something big. We'll keep following this story for you on NASA News Network.